Now this is one that may or may not apply to you, but a new product use discovery. So if you've been selling some kind of information product and you teach a bunch of different stuff in there, but then all of a sudden you realize that you could be using this in a different way, well then tell your list about it. Tell them that not only can you do all the stuff I told you can do, now there's this new use for this information that people were unaware of before, that people are starting to use and get a new benefit. So there's nothing new about the product, but all of a sudden you figured out something else that it can do or something else that it can benefit you by. Another way to contact your list under the product specifics category is just to tell people that you received recent compliments. So if you have a place where people can leave a testimonial, maybe you ask for testimonials. If you get some new testimonials, well, you can put them on your website. You should incorporate them into your sales letter. Email your list and tell people that we've been receiving so many compliments, and here are a few of them, and we just wanted to let you know that these people are raving about this product and you might want to check it out. Well, that's doing a whole lot of cool stuff. I mean, it's giving a testimonial. There's a social proof aspect. They're reading good things about your product that other people have said. So that's powerful, and that alone will sell people when nothing else will, is the testimonial. It's powerful. It's used in all forms of marketing. Another thing you can do, and you can kind of glorify this and kind of create your own theoretical questions, or you can actually address questions that people have been asking, is you can send an email out saying, we've received questions on this topic and we just wanted to answer them for you so that everyone has the answer. And these can kind of be a little bit fictionalized. You can come up with questions that really the answer is geared towards having them make a purchase. So one of the questions could be, is your product really legitimate? And then you have a nice little paragraph saying, yes, we really are legitimate. All this stuff really does work. We're not lying to you. This is good stuff. And everyone who gets our product and uses our product properly has a nice benefit. And we've received all these compliments and stuff like that. So you can address questions properly and kind of lead the people to the desired outcome that you have. Another product-specific way of contacting your list is a future project update. In your mind, if you have your idea for course number 2 and maybe you're starting to work on it or you're committed to doing it, send an email out to your list and tell them that part 2 is coming soon. I'm working on it now. I'm doing the research. I'm planning it out. I'm starting to produce it. It's going to be a little while, but I'll keep you informed. You can even have a sub list, which we'll be talking about in the next section of this video course. But you can even get the people who are really interested on a special priority notification list so that every time you have any little development or any piece of info, you can email them. And then the people who aren't as interested, you just won't contact them as often, or you'll contact them when it's ready. Just letting your list know that you're working on stuff is powerful, because you could go and create the course in secrecy for several months and then come out with an amazing course that's really going to be lovely. But I think there's a benefit to telling people that you're working on something, because they realize that you mean business and you're coming out with new stuff. And maybe they'll hang around and you'll build anticipation because they're looking forward to that new course because you keep talking about it. And in their minds, they're building up they're filling in the blanks with their imagination. So you're not really telling them everything about it. So in their minds, they're building it up like, wow, this must be awesome. And another cool thing about giving future project updates is if you tell people that you're busy, that you're working hard, you're producing this new course, well, if they send an email to customer support and they don't get a reply back within 12 hours, they might get a reply back within a day or two, it adds a little bit of an understanding because they realize you're busy working on new good stuff for them. Now, not everybody will think that way, but it does kind of buy you a little bit of understanding when things on your site don't work perfectly, because they realize that you're working really hard to improve it to give them even better new stuff. So a lot of people will kind of understand you better. And there's another thing that you can do that's product specific, kind of goes along with the recent questions that I just mentioned. It's a prospect FAQ. So it's not the standard FAQ that's on the website that everyone can read, but you can create a special frequently asked questions page addressed specifically for your prospects who haven't bought yet. And you could come up with some reasons why they might not have bought, and you try to answer their objections. because you kind of know why they're not buying. You want to address the financial issues, and blatantly on that page you could say, maybe you're not buying because of the price, but here's why the price is justified, and you explain it a little better. And you can address some of these things specifically geared towards people who haven't purchased. And then you can email it to the people who haven't purchased because you're keeping your list segregated. And you could drive them to the prospect FAQ page. And you can even tell them in the email, since you've been a valued subscriber, here's some questions that you're particularly interested in, that a lot of people in the same circumstance as you, these are questions specifically geared towards them, and we just thought that you could benefit from hearing our stance on this stuff. Do this creatively, and you've got some powerful techniques. I mean, you can make a special offer. You can tell them about recent product improvements. You can emphasize different features of the product. Try to brainstorm and come up with new uses for your existing product, so you don't even have to change the product. You just tell them new ways in which they can use it. You definitely want to tell them about the recent compliments that you're receiving. And if you have to go out and ask for those compliments by requesting a testimonial, give people an option on your site where they can leave a testimonial if they choose to. Also tell them, hey, these are the types of questions we're receiving, and we thought it would be helpful to let you know some of the answers to these questions. Let them know about what you're working on in the future. This way you kind of get credit for it. They realize you're working on it, they start looking forward to it. It's more powerful than if you just keep it ultra secret and then launch it at the end, because you're going to launch it at the end anyway. So you might as well get the benefit of people looking forward to it and kind of drooling in anticipation about the future thing. And you can build special FAQ pages to address the questions and use the email to drive people to that special prospect FAQ.